Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to American Truck Simulator. I'm Martin Wenzel. We're in Corning, California, along Interstate 5 at the truck stop. We're going to continue our trip up to, let's check it out, where are we going? We're going to Portland. So we might be able to get there today. We have 12 hours and 25 minutes on our clock, or 12 hours and 15 minutes that we can use on our clock today. So let's get going. Turn that off. There we go. Engine's already rolling. We are ready to go. Getting close to that 100,000 mark on the odometer. Probably by the time we get to 100,000, we'll have enough cash on hand to look at another truck. And I'm really thinking I want to go back and get like a W900 again or something like that. A little bit of more of an old school look. Originally had that. That was the original truck I bought on this profile. I think it was Big Bob's W900 or something, so it was a modded one. And I was worried that the mod was going to break at some point, and then I'd be out of a truck and all that, so switched to more just the vanilla stuff. Now, I don't know if I'll stay with that or if I'll be interested in going that. Maybe go with Peterbilt route, get a different manufacturer or a different brand. Maybe even look at, getting a Volvo. That'd be interesting. Or look at what mods are out there and go with a modded truck for the second truck. And if something happens to that one, you can always sell it, get the money back, whatever it is. Always the trouble, mods sometimes break. I was just looking at an article about the prefab buildings, the industrial centers for the Washington DLC coming out this year, probably the next few months, and saw some of the comments, people griping about the modding and the modding community, blaming the modding community for problems, blaming SCS for not supporting the modding community. One guy was getting really salty, just saying, hey, modders, you guys are just there as placeholders to make their incomplete game look complete. And it's just ridiculous. It's like, yeah, that's what the modding community always is. It's not, a lot of companies do support the modding community. SCS, I think, does a pretty good job of allowing lots of stuff to be modded. I don't know if they provided tools officially, but there are some games that you just can't mod at all, and this one you can. I mean, we have the whole coast to coast, same over with Euro Truck Simulator. Beautiful modding, trucks are modded, stuff. Things are going to break when they update the game. That's just how it goes, and some people just don't like that. They think, hey, that's not nice to the modders. If you're a modder and you're going into modding American Truck Simulator or any game, but especially this game, and you're a map modder, because that's usually what breaks when an update comes along, are the maps, because the maps are made up of sectors, and when SCS goes in and they update something, and they go in and they add in roads to existing areas, and when they drop a DLC, obviously it's going to break your map mod if you have a coast to coast and Washington has some roads up there. Now, Washington is not anywhere nearly as developed as the southeast of America in coast to coast, but that work that someone put in to lay down those roads up in Washington and try to make it look nice so we could drive on it, that stuff's going to go away when the Washington DLC comes out, because we're going to have something that's better. We're going to have something that's had a ton of work put into it and is official. SCS has no obligation to keep a modder's work. Now, I've heard rumors that SCS has worked with pro mods over with Euro Truck Simulator, getting them involved with helping create the game and maybe kicking some money their way. And that's something modders have been known to do this, where they'll go and they'll mod a game and then they go out there and they can make their own game, or they can get involved in, you know, getting paid work to actually work on the game itself officially. And I think the most famous example of this is Player Unknowns. You know, and he modded, I believe it was in Arma, and then obviously came out with his own battle royale game, Player Unknown's Battlegrounds. So I think some of the gripes that I saw in that thread were a little irritating. It's like modding adds on to a game. It's called modding. Is American Truck Simulator a complete game? Yes, it is a complete game. You can play it completely. You can play it completely from day one. Are there more features to it now than there were 2 years ago? Same with Euro Truck Simulator. Are there more features? Of course, because it's a game that they are continually working on. What would you rather get? Would you rather pay $70 for American Truck Simulator, and it comes out with the whole country in place, but very low quality, or all the same quality as California, which was the first state? So all the same prefabs, all the same kind of intersections and signage and all that stuff. Or would you rather they continue working on it, and with each DLC they come up with new and better textures and prefabs and stuff, and they add in trucks as they get more licensing and all that stuff? Would you rather have a living game, or would you have a game you buy one time and then it goes away? You know, it just then has to live on through the modding community. I actually like the way it's going with this one. I mean, in the perfect world, of course, we would all love to have that game right off the bat, pay $70, and have a whole game that just comes out of the box day one. But with this, you have a game that it just keeps building, and there's a community growing and anticipating more content. And the modding community is a big part of that, because they tied us over with certain things. They can add in things that SES itself can't add in. They can add in the Freightliners and Macs and all those different kinds of trucks and cars to let people drive. They can add in more map area so you can drive all across America while we wait for the official releases of stuff. And that's just how it is. And I think it's a great model. It's the model of the future. And I'd rather have that than a company like EA or something come along, make American Truck Simulator or whatever their, let's say, you know, Electronic Arts comes out with American Truck Simulator or Big Rig Trucking or something, and you know, it purports to be all of America. You buy it for $60 and you have low quality work across the whole board, and they're done with it. They wash their hands of it. It comes out 2019, and by 2020 you're not playing it anymore because it's out of date. They're not trying to update the engine or do anything to keep the game, you know, developing and getting better. It's just, this is the product you get today. And believe me, as I'm playing right now, this game is way different than when I first picked it up back 3 years ago now. I'm trying to think I think 2016. This game is so much different, and here we are going into Oregon, and you can just see the difference between California and Oregon. You can see the difference between areas in California where they have upgraded, and how it's just, the game just keeps getting better and better, and SES is doing good work. They care about making a great product. So I might sound like a shill. I'm not a shill at all. I don't get paid by SES or anything. I think this is a really good game. I know I didn't play for a few months. I know I didn't make videos for a long time. But it's a game I think I'll keep coming back to as long as it's around. I'm excited for Washington coming out. I can't wait to see what they do with that. Can't wait to see what Utah looks like when it comes out. And every time I drive, I'm still I haven't driven all over even Oregon yet. There's so much content I haven't even looked at in Oregon. Here we are driving past a little interchange here. I haven't gone into Medford on that road. But it's good stuff. So hope you enjoy these videos. Let me know what kind of videos you want to see going forward. Do you like these videos where I talk a lot? This one I've been talking quite a bit. I just got onto a topic. Some videos I just introduce. We have a lot of driving. I'll kind of say, hey, we're going on a break, and then, hey, we're dropping off. Do you like those? Do you like me to talk the whole time? Do you want me to point out things as we're driving by? Do you just want to see the truck rolling down the road, hear all the sounds, all the gameplay sounds? Or do you like it when I speed up some of the highway driving and throw some background music? Do you like that? Or do you just want it regular time, hear the truck purring down the road? Let me know in the comments below, and please subscribe to the channel. I know I've had a lot of people watching these videos lately who are not subscribed to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. You can see more videos. You got a motorcycle. Yeah, that's a motorcycle. See more videos. I'm hoping to get back into doing the GTA 5 LSPDFR videos. I'm gonna have to definitely re-download a lot of stuff to figure out how to get that going again. And doing some more War of Rights videos out there. By the time this video is going to come out and be published, you'll probably have seen at least 2 or 3 weeks worth of War of Rights footage. And those are probably my big 3 right now that I'm planning on trying to do. Especially War of Rights, and this one will for sure. We'll see what we can do with GTA. And I would love to make some videos maybe of Train Simulator, or I think Train Sim World. I would really love to do some X-Plane, but I don't think my computer can handle recording and doing that game at this time. So that might be a future thing if I have time and I have a better system. So let me know down in the comments. Please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video, and enjoy the ride through Oregon. Alright, actually gonna pull right in here into Canyonville. I've never been to this rest area. Frankly, I'm not sure. I want to say this is a modded area, but I'm sure this is probably just Oregon DLC and I just haven't seen it yet. So we're gonna have a rest stop. This looks like a really nice, big truck stop. And case in point right here, with SCS improving, you know, the truck stops in California, the few that there are all right on the highway. You don't have to get off, and they're not very big, they're not very realistic. Here, nice, big, expansive truck stops, the way they are in real life. Even when they have a ton of cars parked there, or a ton of trucks parked there, not a lot of available parking. look at this. This is a really nice truck stop. Complete with like gas lanes and everything. This one is really nice, really realistic. Let's get some fuel. Gas is about $1 cheaper here in Oregon. And we'll fill about right about there. $212. This is the Features Truck and Travel Center. I kind of want to get a screenshot. Well, we'll see. 7 features. We'll see what I can do as we pull out or whatnot. Got a nice scale here. Not a cat scale though, so that's cool. Something different. This is great. They got the trash cans, everything. It's very much more of a much more of a realistic looking kind of truck stop. Got some handicapped trucking spots right there. But what's still nice is that we have some nice pull-in parking. There's a guy dancing on the roof over there. All right. 7:45, so I'll see you about probably 8:30. I'll probably get in there and try to get a shower in or something. See you then. Alright, let's get back on the road. We can just pull forward here. And the exit is just to our right. This truck stop really easy to get in and out of. Easy to get fuel and everything. Really nice area here. Glad I discovered it. Pretty cool. There it is. 7 features. Truck and Travel Center. So they've gone away from just the generic truck stops. And now we got some nice landmark ones. I don't know all the truck stops. Ooh, look at that bridge too. Canyonville, you can see that on the bridge. And this isn't even a discoverable city, and this bridge has Canyonville written on it, so that's pretty good attention to detail, pretty nice attention to detail. Okay, this guy's gonna let me go. Thank you, sir. Or ma'am, I didn't see, actually. Well, this is a pretty cool way station. Actually got some business going on here. Got a few trucks in front of us. We got a truck pulled off to the side, doing more of an inspection. Let's see what we got. 66,515 pounds. So we're really good, really light actually. We could have actually probably filled the tank up completely. But sometimes you think about it, that actually can hurt your gas mileage if you have a full tank, because again, fuel has weight, so you're just adding extra weight that you're carrying around that you might not need. You can always just fuel up later. Beautiful Oregon, beautiful river over there. Again, SCS just does great work. They're getting better and better. The rivers in Oregon, the water in Oregon looks incredible. Just compared to the stuff you saw in California, and New Mexico's looked really good, but Oregon's looks even better. And it's just improvement. They haven't really taken a step back. The only thing that I would like to see, I mean, there's a few things I would like to see, features added and stuff, but the only thing that I think they need to work on is just optimizing the game engine, optimizing it, because, you know, sometimes some systems should be able to run better than it does, but I cannot complain too much. Still a fun game, and when you get into it, you get addicted, and you just want to play and drive and drive and drive. And as they add more maps, you're just going to get more areas to drive. I know I just don't like driving in California and Arizona that much because I've driven there so many times. But Oregon, I could drive around Oregon all day because it's new. I still haven't discovered it all, and it's just so beautiful. Look at that beautiful rest area over there. And the rest areas, everything's just gotten better with each DLC, and it's worth the, what, $12 you pay for a DLC. You have hours and hours. You have 12 hours of content if you go with the idea that $1 should equal 1 hour of gameplay, right? If you can get an hour of gameplay for every dollar you spent on a game, it's not a bad purchase, I think. And you buy American Truck Simulator, I believe I bought it probably $20. It came with Arizona and California and Nevada, so you got 3 states right off the bat. And then added New Mexico. Plus you got the upgrade to the map being a 1/20th scale, just like Euro Truck Simulator. The game was originally smaller, it was 1/35th. But you get all that for $20, and then you get New Mexico for another $12, and you get Oregon for another $12. So the game as it is now is $40, $50. That's, you know, and I've played over 500 hours, and there are people who have played way more than me. And the fun thing with DLC is you don't need it all. And I don't want to be a defender. I'm not trying to beat the drum for DLCs in any way, because sometimes DLCs, it gets kind of ridiculous. Some of these games, you'll see they have DLCs and it's upwards of $1,000 to get every single one. In some cases, getting every single one is not absolutely necessary. Now, I will admit that with American Truck Simulator, if you want the complete experience of driving all over America and have that available to you, you're going to want to get every DLC. But it's not 100% necessary. The way they've said it is that they're going to introduce a mechanic in the future that if you don't have one DLC, you can teleport. And we haven't had that issue yet. We're not going to have that issue until I think probably Idaho, because New Mexico you can get to through Arizona. So if you don't have New Mexico, no big deal. There's nothing cutting you off. Utah you can get from Nevada, which comes with the game, with the base game now. Oregon comes from California. But, well, actually, with Washington will be the first one where they're going to have to think about that with teleporting, because maybe you don't buy Oregon. I don't know why you wouldn't get Oregon, because it's beautiful. And look at these interchanges, just so much more going on than ever before. Frame rate struggles a little bit up here, depending on your PC and your settings. But yeah, if you don't buy Oregon, you're gonna, and you're interested in Washington, you're gonna need to teleport from California to Washington. What that means, you still don't need to get Oregon, so you save your money there, don't get Oregon, and you can go to Washington. Maybe you live in Washington, you want to see that, or you're more interested in Washington and Oregon, right? And in the future, some people have said, oh, I just want to buy my state. You know, I live in Wisconsin, or I will live in Wisconsin. I'm from Wisconsin, living in China right now, but this summer we'll be back in Wisconsin. So I would love to see Wisconsin in American Truck Simulator, see what they do with it. I'll probably be disappointed because it's so close to home, and you know, whenever you see your, you know, something you know really well displayed in a game, it never lives up. Except for, I will say, the Milwaukee Mile in iRacing, it looks exactly, I can identify the buildings that they modeled outside of the racetrack in iRacing. They did a really good job of that. You can see the water tower for Wauwatosa, all that stuff. But most games, especially a game like this where you're scaling things down to only 1/20th, you can't show every building, you can't show every road exactly the way it would be. And so I'm sure Wisconsin will not live up to my expectations, but I would love to see it. I would love to be able to drive in Wisconsin at some point. Now, I could probably, I'm sure I'll have Idaho and I'll have Montana and Utah and Texas and all those DLCs. But maybe at some point I go, you know what, I don't want to buy any DLCs. I'm just going to wait for Wisconsin, and when Wisconsin comes out, I'll get it. Well, I'll be able to teleport there. Got some lakes over here. I've driven on this road before. You can see that from the yellow line on the GPS, but I don't remember any of this. That's how long it's been since I've been in Oregon and driving at least on the 5. But some very good job by SCS. Alright, decision time. Do we want to drive all the way to Portland and drop off? Because ETA right now is 2 p.m. That would put us at about, I think, 11 hours on duty. So not bad. That'd be 11 hours on duty. You know, we had a long day yesterday, but maybe we just push through and then we just have a whole day tomorrow. But it'd be getting really close to what we can drive today because we have 12 hours and 15 minutes drive time, or duty time available. So I'll let you know. Enjoy the scenery of Oregon as we drive. I believe we're driving through Salem now. Now I'm wondering how much of the 205 is been added in via modding. How much of this has been added in via modding? Because I don't recall 205 being a thing you drive on. And since it does go towards Vancouver, that means it's going north. And Portland's right on the river with the border of Washington, and Washington's not there yet, at least officially. So there might be some coast-to-coast work there. We're going to need to get over to the left lane pretty soon. Oh, only 2 cars, so we'll be able to get over. Good. Alright, it said, yeah, the clock's kind of rolling here. It said it was going to be about 2 o'clock. It's now almost 2:30, so a little bit later than we thought. Hopefully the clock isn't too crazy. I have a feeling this is not modded, because this looks like the exact same area as downtown, or the area where we dropped off in Myrtle Beach. So this is where they got that from. So I'm assuming this is actually SES stock, vanilla. And they used this content in stand-in for Myrtle Beach. Alright, that's an interesting sign for Whole Foods. And I think it's going to be in the back again, which is a good thing. Let's turn on the 4-ways. Alright, let's get unloaded. Alright, so excellent. Toys delivered from Santa Maria to Portland. I was planning on delivering this on Friday morning. I had to get here Friday morning at the latest at 5 a.m. But we were able to cover the distance, 946 miles in 35 hours and 31 minutes. And we're still earning away at the instructor, but some nice big chunks here. We're getting closer to level 27 after making $3,568. Alright, they finally got us unloaded. It's now 4:30. We can drive until 6. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to have to get to a truck stop just down the road, actually, not too far. Oop. I always forget that I'm on an incline there. So we're going to go right over here, and I have a pre-plan for tomorrow, picking up at the Walmart that's just across the freeway from the truck stop. And that will take us to Idaho Falls, and we should be able to complete that. We'll have to complete that tomorrow, all in one day. And Idaho Falls has a little bit of significance for this series, especially as of recently, with the whole idea of doing the logs. I started doing those logs in Idaho Falls probably, I want to say almost 3 in-game weeks ago now. So I've been doing it for quite a bit of time now. And I'm going to say now probably 100 times in the next 5 minutes. And, of course, now we're going to be stuck at a train crossing. So hopefully this doesn't eat up way too much of our clock. Okay. Oh, I guess they're probably dropping off there. Looks like it's just a short train, as they usually are. Look like the Metro, or whatever it's called. SCS Met. Alright, let's make sure we're safe to cross. We are. let's get to our truck stop for the night. Alright, here we are, and I just realized that I'm actually in violation of the 14-hour clock because we started the day at 3 a.m. and so I'm thinking, oh, okay, we can drive until 6. 6 being the mountain time, but Pacific time, that's 5 p.m. we can drive to, so in violation of the 14-hour clock. But what we could do is I think I can put down that it's personal conveyance because we really had no option. We had to get out of there, and that's what we did. And that's something truckers have to deal with when their 14 starts running out and they're at a drop-off that doesn't want to let them hang out on the property for their 10. So we're going to be over. Hopefully we don't get pulled over in the next week or so and get our logbooks checked. Alright, I'm trying to back into this spot, but I'm not doing a very good job. Pull forward. Yeah, this is an interesting truck stop because it actually has trucks parked as you would usually find them, especially in spots on the edge of a parking lot. They'd be parked facing out. Ooh, hit the curb. Alright, well, 15 minutes over the clock, not the end of the world. So we're here in blah, 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 blah. So let's check the log. What's our time here? Alright, so let's look at the log. We are over on the 14 by 15 minutes according to our log, but we can explain that with personal conveyance because of the load time. We were just stuck at the delivery point. So we started driving 4 a.m., 3 a.m. Pacific time. All these hours are 1 hour ahead from mountain time. 15 minutes for the pre-trip, and then 4.5 hours of driving before our break at the 7. Oh, what was that? 7 I forget what that, 7 features truck stop, I think that's what it was. And then we drove another 6 hours and 15 minutes, got here, unloaded, and then about 45 minutes to get over here to the truck stop. That gives us 11 hours and 45 minutes of duty time, so a longer day, longest day this week. I think we're gonna eat up the 70 hour this time. We're gonna have to take a 34 soon, but all in all, it's been a good week. We're doing a little bit more mileage, actually. Until next time, I'm Martin Wenzel. This is American Truck Simulator. We're in Portland, Oregon. Please like, comment the video, and subscribe to the channel. Check your pins. Happy trucking. Take care. Goodbye.